Good morning, Epic peeps. How are you today? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm so grateful to be here. For those of you that don't know who may be watching for the first time today, my name is Samantha, and I am the co publisher and co creator of EPIC. EPIC stands for Empowering People, Inspiring Community. And EPIC Tri County CT is a multifaceted, beautiful platform of positive media, of positive, uplifting, empowering, and inspiring articles, recipes, features. It is a resource for our community. It is a connecting agent for our community. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, all of this, our beautiful print publication that prints bi monthly, our website with the digital, fully interactive copy of each issue would not be possible. None of this would be possible without the love and energy of Lisa, the co publisher and co creator of EPIC. Right? She is my partner in EPIC. So please let Lisa know that you appreciate her and that you see her, even though it's me that you see here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays on Epic Interviews. I wouldn't be here without Lisa, so please give her some love and light, okay? Because she's hard working, um, always working the feed, interacting with everybody, and it's really important because that is what Epic is about. It's about creating these relationships and connections to help just uplift and raise the vibration of every person that finds our social media site, that reads our magazine, or that contacts us. So please, share Epic. We are meant to be shared. We want to be shared, right? So I hope you all had a great weekend. The weather was absolutely gorgeous. Not so much today, but rain is beautiful, right? Rain is beautiful. We need the rain. I can hear the trees just singing as they're drinking in, the gifts from the clouds. So absolutely. Today, if you're able to stay home, it's a great day to get in the jammies and just, read a good book, watch a good movie. You can always check out Epic Recommends within the printed publication and also online. We always recommend two books, two movies, and two CD soundtracks, two music genres for our community. So if you're snuggling today, grab a copy of Epic Tri County, pick a book, pick a movie, and have at it. But before you do that, I don't want you to go anywhere because we have a very, very, very special guest today. Going to be bringing forward Charlie Siegel in a few minutes. Um, I met Charlie about a year ago when Lisa and I were first getting this venture off the ground. And we were literally going almost door to door asking for places to distribute our new magazine, also to partner with us. And of course, we went to Wisdom of the Ages, right? Wisdom of the Ages. And I believe it's Simsbury, but we'll have Charlie give us all that correct information. So, Wisdom of the Ages, we walk in and I see this young man behind the counter, and immediately my heart just opened. I said, "My goodness, he's a gift. He's a light," and I could feel it. And I knew from that moment that the relationship that was started on that day would grow and grow, and it has. We featured Charlie's work, his photography, his poetry, almost at every other issue of Epic Tri County. You can go back to September, November, December. More than likely, you're going to find Charlie Siegel somewhere on the pages of our magazine. So today, I am so honored to bring him forward. And we're going to be talking about a new book he published, which I purchased. I don't have it here with me. And the reason I'm saying this, the day that I purchased it, I walked into Wisdom of the Ages, of course, to see if Charlie could distribute our September, October issue. And I purchased the book. And he autographed it for me. And I had my granddaughter Zoe. And she didn't say anything. We bought some stones. There's beautiful, stones at Wisdom of the Ages and all kinds of oracle cards. But Zoe didn't say anything until we got out in the car. And I put the book in the back seat, and she took it and she read what Charlie inscribed on the front cover for me. And her eyes lit up and she said, "Oh, he's the real live author of this, Gigi. He wrote it." I said, "He did with his grandpa." And that just, her eyes lit up. So maybe Charlie and Bernie might have inspired me, Gigi, and Zoe to write a book. So I'm going to bring Charlie forward. Enough of Samantha. Please give him your love and your light as we do. You're going to love it. Yay.
Hey.
See you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here. Right off
Yeah,
the bat, Charlie, Wisdom of the Ages. Is it Simsbury or West Simsbury?
Simsbury, you got it.
Sim. Okay.
Yep.
I was right. Good. Good, good, good. So I know we'll talk about Wisdom of the Ages and where that's at, but I want our community, those that are watching now and that'll watch the recording, to know you, Charlie. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So my mom started Wisdom of the Ages when I was 3 years old, and we run it together now. And that's a lot of where my inspiration has come from with my own works. It's like we teach meditation classes, spiritual development classes. So I've grown up sitting in those and being a part of it, now helping to teach. So, coming out of high school kind of years, I started to get more into photography and find my passion for writing, and things started flowing from there. I um, got to travel around for different photography locations and start my business with that. And yeah, my first book came out in 2017, so it all started rolling. But it's all spiritually focused work to help people find that connection within, deeper connect with nature around us and with spirit, and find the inspiration there. So it's all set up to help.
Right. So you had really immersed in this since you were 3 years old.
Yeah, and yeah, probably before that too.
Before that, right,
Yeah,
right.
and yeah,
Yep.
my mom grew up with my grandparents on her side, raised her with a lot of spirituality, so it's been all in the family on that side. And then my grandfather on my dad's side is Dr. Bernie Siegel. So he's written 19 books now and founded exceptional cancer patients and made such a positive difference in the world. So I would say part of my writing direction has some connection with what he's worked on also.
I love it. And I just had a huge I'm getting a little feedback. There, that stopped. See, thank you, angels. Um, I just had an aha because, like, going back to the story that I started with, when I walked in and I met you, I knew that there was some sort of connection, and it just became real for me that you explained how you've been immersed in this through your family for years, generations, right before you
Mhm.
were even born. And that is my personal mission, is to be that vehicle and that light for my grandchildren and my
That's nice.
and
Oh,
that's
that's awesome.
yep. And the whole story with Zoe, I'm like getting teary eyed. I'm like, okay, this is why. Um, yeah. So bless you for being here.
Mhm. Thanks.
And I know Lisa loves your work also. Every time I go to her home, she has one of your pieces that we purchased up at Wisdom of the Ages, and I read it every time. I can't quote it right now. It's about the stars, and Lisa knows it. She might put it in the feed for us. So you have a love for photography. Like I said, we've shared that on the pages of Epic.
Mm.
The picture of the Buddha. Where was that taken? Was it Japan?
Yeah, so last summer I was in Japan. The Buddha picture that you used is the Great Buddha of Kamakura. Was built in 1252, 30 feet tall out there. Um, So, yeah, and go back in my photography a little bit. I'll give you a backstory. I mean, um, I've always loved connecting with nature and then raised that way. Our family has a lot of friendship and connection with Native Americans and culture and the history and that. So growing up with that nature connection has been a big thing for me. And I wanted to help other people to find that connection and feel that. So my goal with my work for my photography is to be like a window for people to see that beauty in nature and feel their connection with that, and then their connection with everybody around them. And to be able to take that and have it, in their house or their office and feel that connection keep going. So instead of like going to college for photography, I went twice to Iceland. So I have a lot of my work comes from out there, that kind of raw, open nature sort of feeling, the Northern Lights. And there's a real spiritual connection with that for me too. And then Japan last year was part martial arts training, part photography also.
Love it. It's the Northern Lights that adorns Lisa's walls.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now that you said
Yeah.
that, so I know you published a book in 2017, but the most recent one you co-published and co-created with your grandpa, Dr. Bernie Siegel, um, and the title of that book is "When You Realize How Perfect Everything Is." And tell us a little bit. It's a I know it's a conversation throughout your journey and your grandfather's journey that kind of came together as a collective effort. Can you tell us a little background of the book and how it came to life? Really?
Yeah, definitely. So this is our book, right? When you realize how perfect everything is. That's one of my photographs I took actually from the peak of Mount Monadnock in New Hampshire. It's a hawk flying beside the mountaintop.
Yeah.
Um, so um, our goal with it is to help people to connect with their own spiritual path um, and see the way that life's lessons and challenges and stuff can all be used as a positive thing to help us moving forward. The conversation throughout it is actually poetry that my grandfather wrote and that I wrote decades apart. He was writing No Endings, Only Beginnings, which came out this spring. And he asked me for some of my poetry and some of my works that talked about God and our connection with God. And I sent him a whole document of stuff I had written. He sent me back a document of all of his poetry, and we were sitting there on our two opposite ends of Connecticut we live at, reading each other's work. And it felt like we were reading our own work in so many different moments. We actually gave a lot of the poems the same title. There's the same imagery and metaphor going through it, same topic. So that our book is organized into 7 different sections, and those are all sections we had written about, having no idea the other one of us was writing the same stuff. Um, so we found that connection, and like we got to put this in a book. It just kind of happened. So I lined up that conversation feel after reading his. I was like, well, that one lines up with this one, and I got them organized, and then our publisher worked with us and got my photography fit in for illustrating it. So it's nice. It's a deepening conversation, working through seeing the like our destiny in life and how we can make it what we want it to be. Um, it kind of goes inward more throughout the book. Seeing nature as our teacher, seeing the power of relationships in our life. We go through, and at the end is a Hello God chapter where you're seeing, God in life, God in ourselves, and our piece of that. Um, and it ends with one of my short stories. So it's come out really nicely, and for me, it really represents that sort of amazing connection and similarity we had with our work. Um, and as I've been talking with him, we point out there's a Japanese proverb that's one of my favorites, that there are many roads to the top of Mount Fuji, but only one summit. And that we point that out, that we sort of come to a similar place spiritually and with our perspective on things, but we get there completely different ways on our own path. So we come to this sort of similar perspective, and you can see that process in the book.
Yeah. You could feel that process. You could feel it.
Yeah.
I was telling Charlie earlier that, again, I purchased the book, of course, and it's become part of my daily routine personally, and also with Epic, where Lisa and I, and now Lori, will Zoom in the morning. And quite often I'll reach over and I'll grab Bernie and Charlie's book and just open randomly to a page. And it is always perfect for what we need to hear on that particular day. Um, so it really is very, very, very inspirational. And just knowing how it was created, um, you know, I feel it was created well before you and Dr. Siegel even knew that
Yeah.
it was, because there's that tapestry that has been created. The weave began years and years ago before you even picked up the needle,
Mhm.
to begin the stitches.
Oh, I like how
And
you put that. Yeah.
yeah, right. It is just beautiful. I can see, probably cry again. I could see myself doing something with one of my grandchildren someday. So thank you, and thank you, Grandpa, for that. Tell us a little bit. How was it working with your grandpa? Was it different? Tell us a little bit about the process for you
It's
personally.
it's been interesting, and growing up, seeing his connection with everybody, and seeing him from like a personal family side. My mom tells a funny story that I was like 3 years old at one of his lectures and went over to her and like, why'd all these people want to listen to him talk? Like I didn't know what was going on. He's just Grandpa Bernie to me, and everybody came to hear him. Wow. And then I start to grow up and see like the things he's saying are revolutionary in the medical field, and being a leader of that mind body connection. It's such a special role that he's had. Um, and now, running Wisdom of the Ages with my mom, we carry all of my grandfather's works, and it's a regular thing that I get calls from people in England and mail a CD of his to Belgium and help to be that facilitator for people connecting with his work. I've been coming out with some of his lecture recordings we had on CD recently, so helping to spread that message means a lot to me, and to partner with them in this book. And it like the what he's shared about meaningful things he said about our connection, and what he sees in my work means a lot to me. So it's great to get to share that.
Yeah. And to know that, Bernie, I don't know how to say that, with all respect for Dr. Bernie Siegel, with all respect, you are Charlie Siegel. You are your own evolving, powerful mind, body, spirit connector, also,
Yeah, thanks.
so
Yeah,
bless you for the work that you do. Um, on your own, but also in conjunction with Dr. Siegel. What a beautiful gift, and what an opportunity for you in so many ways to be able to, you know, drive your own chariot is what I'm saying.
yeah,
Drive your own chariot, but kind of have that guiding light, with you and within you as your grandpa all the time.
yeah,
For anybody who really would like a copy of this beautiful conversation between a grandpa and a grandson, um, you can find it using the link that is scrolling on the bottom, which is for the store in Simsbury. You can always stop there. Also, I'm sure you're open, right? You're open now,
yep,
and
yeah. You can
yeah,
stop in, and I can autograph it for you. And all of my photography is most of our wall decoration in there, so yeah,
yeah.
you can come see a lot.
It's beautiful. It is, the store is beautiful. Your work is beautiful. So you can purchase the book. Uh, you know, Stopping in Simsbury is at 304. What's the address?
It's 1414 Hop Meadow Street in
I don't know where
Simsbury.
304 came from.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you can stop in the store and get it. You can email us or message us or anything, and we can ship it to you. Or it's also up on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and all of that too.
Yeah, yeah. Not sure if I'm supposed to do this, but everybody, I'm going to drop a little hint. You will, you'll be able to find some information about this in an upcoming epic, also.
Thanks.
So, yeah, we're so excited as um, as you ride the beautiful love wave that's been created through this book. Um, when you realize everything is perfect, as you ride this out, what do you see for yourself in the near future? Do you have any projects underway? Any trips planned? What's happening in your life?
Yeah. So I'm always coming out with new photographs that I work on processing and releasing from both my times in Iceland, Japan, and then I'm just taking pictures all the time around here. So I come out
Mm,
with new stuff all the time. And then I've actually got a couple different novels in progress, and spiritual fiction novels, and so yeah, things are keeping busy, and I want to keep that positive message going. I feel like I've been blessed with a lot of ideas, and um, plans for different novels. So I have a whole list of things that I'm going to be working on coming up.
I love it. Um, I recently myself, well, I'm actually in the process of a writing class with Robin Clare. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Robin. She wrote The Messiah Within and a few other books. And I know, like I can feel it, Charlie, the angels and spirit is saying, yeah, this is why we've connected, is
Mm,
because you're going to be part of the writing journey that I'm on also. So thank
that's
you, thank you,
nice.
thank you. Um, the title implies that everything is perfect, and as we
Mm,
begin to wrap up, because we only have a brief few minutes, I cannot wait to have you and maybe your grandpa back on too someday where we
yeah,
can really go in depth. But the premise for this is to introduce our community to you, Charlie, and to let them know who you are and how to find you, because
thanks.
you really are a beacon. You're a change agent. You're changing the vibration of our world, and we bless you and we want to support you. That is what Epic is about. Um, but as the title, I just want to touch on it, and I want your interpretation. Everything is perfect. It's hard when maybe you run out of gas on the side of the road, or you're just coming out of the COVID sickness from a business standpoint, and a lot of times things don't look all perfect.
Mm,
Can you give us just a little bit of advice or a little bit of spiritual juju on how can we change our perspective and see everything as perfect?
hmm
Thank
so
you.
it comes, the title of our book comes from the anonymous quote, when you realize how perfect everything is, you'll tilt your head back and laugh at the sky.
Yeah.
Um, so it's that kind of view that things aren't perfect, and that's what is perfect about it. My grandfather likes to summarize it as perfectly imperfect. He tells a great story of like when you get a flat tire on the way to the airport, and then like you missed an accident because you had a flat tire instead. The flat tire isn't perfect, but it is when you start to look from a broader perspective, and that's where I chose this hawk picture for the cover, overlooking the landscape like that. That's our goal for the readers, that we're helping to pass on messages for them to be able to be like that, overlooking the landscape of their life and the connections their life has, and seeing these mountains that we have to climb and get over and figure out on the way. Um, they're what is perfect because they make us who we are, and they teach us our lessons, make us better people, more loving people, and a lot of it's how we work through it and how we come out of it. But when we come out on the other side and it's better, or we're a better quality person than we were before we had that imperfect thing happen.
Yeah.
So we see that perfection all come together.
Right. And it is so very, very, very true. From the story that your grandfather shares about the flat tire to one door closing and another opening. I recently closed my healing practice in New Hartford, and anybody, everybody knows I mourned that. It was hard to do that, to put down the reflexology title and to put down the location, and but now just doing that has opened so many other avenues for me. Couldn't see it very clearly at the time. I knew in my heart of hearts, because I do try to practice life in a very similar manner where, yeah, we need to see the good, we need to be the good, and to share the good. But when you're going through it, it's sometimes a little difficult. But now I can look back and actually not even look back, like I can look forward
Hmm.
and with such
Yeah,
excitement, such excitement. And so thank you for being the voice of positivity and hope, and creativity. I'm burning a light behind me. um, in honor of Charlie and Dr. Bernie. It's orange, so that's the color of creativity for me. It means creativity. So that is to honor you and your works in the world. Again, this is Charlie Siegel. You can find him at Wisdom of the Ages in Simsbury. The website is scrolling across the bottom, and you can always link directly to Charlie through any of the past issues of Epic Tri-County, which are all up on our website. There's poems, photography. Coming up, we're going to have a special section in there honoring you and Dr. Bernie. So thank you. This time goes by so fast, so
It
fast.
does. Thanks for
Um,
having me.
oh my goodness, yeah, we waited, huh? We waited, and like I
Yeah.
said, we're in the process of expanding. Epic is just finished the first full year. So we're going into our second year of print. I can't believe it. We're so happy.
Thanks.
And
Congratulations.
we're evolving. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We're evolving. And as we do, we're planning on introducing different platforms. Of course, we'll always have our epic interviews, but going in a little deeper into a little more deep conversation with our change agents and such as yourself. So we'll
Nice.
definitely keep you on the calendar watch, right?
Awesome.
Thank you for being a bridge that really lit up my granddaughter's eyes. I saw that.
That
And
means a lot to me. That's a lot of my goal with stuff is to be that like facilitator of finding your own passion and seeing that. So yeah, that means a lot that she connected like that. Was
she did.
enjoyed it.
Thank you. So, my beautiful community, those that are watching now and those that'll watch later, please comment on any of the social media platforms. Share it with someone who you think might need a little encouragement today. Someone that you know would be uplifted by receiving Dr. Bernie and Charlie's book. Um, be the light. No matter what you do, just be the light. I'll be back tomorrow. I have a very special guest. Again, Charlie, I want to thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And as always, to my epic community, we say be safe no matter what you're doing. Be safe, be mindful, right? Be who you've come here to be. Be you. You don't have to change for anybody. Stay in your authentic self. And as always, stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow, as I said. And it's always with love and light that we say peace out, Epic Scouts. Thank you.
Thank you.